right. Welcome, everybody, to Washington. We're back. And we're watching a very interesting matchup that's happened a few times over the years. Recently, this year, Raducanu taking on Sakkari. And I said in the preview, if you watch the preview, that it's probably one of the most common players that Raducanu's played against. And it might be her best matchup because I don't think she's beaten anyone more than... has she beaten anyone 3 times? Or more? I don't know. She hasn't played too many players 3 times or more. She's played Swiatek. She's played Sabalenka a few times, but she hasn't beaten them 3 times. So it might be her favorite matchup. But Sakkari's having a good week. She's been very confident. She just beat Navarro in straight sets, and we'll see what happens. But both ladies have won both their matches straight sets. Osaka went down to Raducanu yesterday. It was pretty one-sided. Raducanu was pretty impressive. So let's see if Raducanu can continue that. And the winner of this will take on Kalinskaya or Towson. Also, apparently it's Sakkari's birthday, so that's cool. What happened to my finger? That's a story for later. All that matters is that I'm here. Bublik withdrew from the Canadian Open about 20 minutes ago. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, the Canadian Open draw comes out now as well, which is just really good timing. So that's good. We'll keep an eye on that as well. I think maybe they stream the draw. I don't know. They played in Dubai, by the way, these two, and it was 6-4, 6-2 to Raducanu. So what are we covering today? Just this. Because I am tired. It's been a long night. All right. By the way, it's 93 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius. It's hot. A hot day. Will that change anything? Maybe it helps Sakkari a little bit. Maybe Raducanu, if Sakkari can make Raducanu play a lot of shots, maybe Raducanu gets a little worn out. So we'll see. Good morning from California. What's up? How's it going? The draw is tomorrow? Hadar? I thought it was today. I thought they said it was today at 12 p.m. Or is it the one men's draw comes out tomorrow, ladies today? Is that how it goes? Maybe? There's definitely a draw coming out today for something. They said 12 p.m. Men's today. Wait, why is men's today, ladies tomorrow? That's weird. Oh, okay. Usually they do the ladies first because they start earlier. That's weird. But okay, cool. So men's draw comes out in... That's good. That means I only have to do one draw preview today. Yay. It's been a minute. Moved from Florida to Slovenia. Ryan, that is a change. Thanks for jumping back in. Felix is helping out at the draw. Cool. Canada runs from the 3rd of August, Sunday, and others are saying it runs on Sunday, the 7th of August. So the reason why, I think, if it says the 3rd of August, I think that's more, why would it be 3rd of August? It literally starts tomorrow. Why behind? No, it starts tomorrow. So the 3rd of August, 7th of August, it starts like 27th of July, right? I'm pretty sure. Rude is also at Toronto. Nice. Runs until. Oh, wait, you're saying runs until. Sorry, I can't read. Some say it ends on Thursday. Some say Sunday. I think it ends on Thursday. Because it goes for like 12 days. So 12 days from tomorrow would be 7. I think. And I think Cincinnati starts that day. I don't know. Anyways, who's winning this one? I've got Raducanu in 3. It's probably going to be straight sets Raducanu, but I said 3 because I think Sakkari's having a good week, and I think she'll make it interesting. I hope she does. We haven't had a great match since Venus won the other night. It is Thursday. Yeah, I think they finished. Yeah, the finals on a Thursday, which is weird. But I mean, that's what happens when you try to put a 2-week event in 12 days. You're not going to finish on normal day. And plus, they've got Cincinnati, which is like that's why 2-week Masters. I think they're pushing it with the Canadian Open in Cincinnati. They're pushing it a little too far. We got a little too far. We don't have enough weeks in the year for all these events. Sakkari in 3, you reckon? Okay. All right. Sakkari says a fault second serve. As a return goes in from Raducanu. 30-15. Emma's probably tired. She played a match yesterday and then played doubles. Yeah, I don't know how much the doubles would have taken out of it, though. I don't think she would be too tired. Hey, man, did you get those? How did you get those posters? I bought them on eBay. Yeah. Anyway, it's 40-15. Sakkari serves again. A fault. Second serve. Ugh. Second serve. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand of the forehand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Sakkari gets the point. And it's one. And the first game, 1-love. Montreal draw maybe on tomorrow's French-speaking TV tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, because they're in 2 different places, aren't they? Oh, I keep forgetting that Canada's not in the same city. It's in 2 different cities. Thanks for waking up at 2 a.m. You're a real hero. You're welcome. What happened to your finger? Stupidity happened. All right. Not really stupidity, just a silly accident. Yeah, I had when I had a medical timeout. But it's fine. I think I'm gonna survive. I think I'm good. I'll spare you the details. It's not pretty. All right. Raducanu serving? No, it wasn't Mia. There's nothing to do with Mia. All right. Raducanu serves. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Back into Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. As Raducanu goes again. The forehand of Sakkari and the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari hits it in the net. 15-love. Do doubles give points? For doubles, yeah. Not for singles. Don't tell me it was in the kitchen or something. It was in the kitchen. You look so tired. Wish you could. No, I did have a nap. That's why I'm so tired. It's fine. I'll tell you at the end of this. Whatever. I'll tell you soon. Just beware if you are eating or you don't like blood, just tune out. All right. 30-love. Sakkari hits it out. $30-love. If Canada loses money, I wonder if changes will be made. Yeah, maybe. Or is it a backhand rally? Into the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. I don't know how they're going to I don't know how they're going to structure the finals because usually with the 2-week Masters, they split them up. Oh, you know what's going to... Canada's going to really suck because the scheduling is going to be... The tournament's going to have the men and women's matches at the same time, but there's only going to be like 2 matches at the end. Like the second half of the tournament is going to be like 1 match a day. So that's got to be really... It's going to be really... Oh, man, it's got to be really tough. Because usually the 2-week Masters, we're used to having men and women at the same venue, but now they're going to be spread out. Plus, it's going to be, 2 different locations. It's going to be, oh god, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be. We're going to have some like terrible scheduling. The scheduling is going to be a nightmare. Plus, all the players have already pulled out. So, like a lot of all the men's players have pulled out. So, like the men's tournament is already going to be tricky to navigate. It's going to be a rough one. Canada could be a tough one. As Raducanu double faults 30-all. Let's just hope we get some good matches. Yeah, 96 player draw is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. $30-all. First serve's a fault, second serve. As Raducanu serves again. Double fault twice in a row. That's awkward. 30-40, break point. Women's match in Canada going to be really good. Yeah, women's the WTA will be fine. You just don't have Sabalenka. But on the men's side, I mean, God, if we have upsets as well, it's going to get brutal. It's going to get real weird. Good serve, Raducanu that time. Deuce. I have to keep my hand elevated because it's sore. Just gonna have to hold my hand up like this. I'm just asking a question. Excuse me, chat. Can I just ask a question? Advantage Raducanu. As Raducanu serves. In the back of Sakkari. Good return. Raducanu gets it back. Sakkari forehand is a winner and it's back to deuce. Do they have they must have the draw on they must be showing the draw somewhere. Right? All right, deuce. As the return goes in the backhand slice of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand to the back of Raducanu. Again, the back of Sakkari. Sakkari in the net. Advantage Raducanu. Did you change your room around? Yes. All right. As Raducanu forehand to the forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu hits it in the net. Get the deuce. All right, advantage Raducanu. Oh, cool. I can watch it on my phone. Hang on. Come on. Back to deuce. So as the middle finger that gets chopped, yeah. Yep. That's it took all the all the pain. Advantage Sakkari. Advantage Sakkari. Hoping you got a tetanus shot, Cam. Yeah, I got one of those as well. Didn't hurt nearly as much, so that was good. While he was fixing this finger, I got a tetanus shot in this arm, so it was like, yeah. All right, advantage Sakkari. To break to start this match. And a default second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Sakkari. Good return. Raducanu puts up a lob. And he goes out. Sakkari breaks. Sakkari breaks. 2-love. Chad, I'm looking at the draw and I have no idea who. Maybe I'm tired, but I really don't like 96 player draws. I'm looking at I'm looking at like the 29th seed, and I'm like, that shouldn't be a thing except for a Grand Slam. I think this week, chap. I think this week we're going to hear a lot of opinions about 2-week Masters. I think Canada's going to probably bring to light all the things we don't like about these events. Especially if there's upsets. If there's upsets, this tournament is going to be a rough one. Hopefully it's good. Sorry, Cam, but it looks funny. That's all right. I laughed. I love 15. 2-week Masters are the worst, especially back-to-back. Yeah. We don't need back-to-back Masters. 2-week Masters. This is a Sinner move, or you're really not injured? Yeah. Can't you tell I've been taking steroids? All right, love 15. As the backhand return goes long by Raducanu, 15-0. They've got no idea who's in the draw. Because they're not showing the draw. They're just showing names on a list. I think Diallo takes on Fritz in the third round or something, maybe. That's the only thing I think I saw. — 15 overs. Return goes in the net by Raducanu. 30-15. Hang on, let me check the draw. Let me see what's up. It's blurry as hell. They did get this new camera that I got. I don't even know who's unseated. See, I was meant to do all this yesterday, but I was not at home. Don't zoom out. I can't see it. Don't zoom out. Whatever. Usually the first couple of names... the unseeded players are not named yet. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm just gonna wait till the draw comes out. Who cares? 30 all. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not even watching it. All right, 30 all. The unseeded players usually just get computer generated anyway. So the draw will come out in probably the next 5 seconds, and then I'll have a look at it. Casper's chatty. Yeah, he hasn't played for so long. It's great to see him back. He didn't play. He hasn't played since the French, right? 30 all. That goes wide by Raducanu, 40-30. By the way, chat, it's going to really rain hard at my house in 20 minutes. So if the power goes out, you know what happened. It's going to be storms and stuff. As Sakkari hits the net, we get to deuce. All right. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As Raducanu backhand, the backhand of Sakkari. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand. Into the slice of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand cross. Raducanu gets it the stretch. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Backhand again, Raducanu. Sakkari's got it. Raducanu forehand again. Sakkari gets that too. There's Raducanu again with the forehand of the forehand of Sakkari. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand goes wide. And it's advantage Raducanu to get back on serve. Does it really rain during Aussie winter? Sometimes. Yes, Swiatek's playing Canada. The only player on the women's side that's the big name that's not playing is Sabalenka. Every other player is playing that. No Badosa, no Sabalenka. They're the two that are not playing, as far as I know, unless something else has changed. But as far as I know, they're the ones. At advantage, Raducanu. How could Swiatek regain number one this week? Yeah. Play well from now on because Sabalenka's got everything to lose. So if Swiatek just keeps on winning, then she should get number one pretty soon. All right, deuce. Mep.
Love you to the moon and back.
Thank you for the 25. Holy shit. Thank you for 25. Advantage Raducanu. Are you flipping me off? It depends. Who's asking? As Sakkari serves a fault, second serve. Oh yeah, Zhang's not playing too. Sorry, Zhang as well. I forgot that Zhang was not playing. Get yourself a pizza. Thank you. I will do that. Okay. Sakkari says a fault, second serve. All right, advantage Raducanu to get back on serve. So apparently Zverev, Runa, Ruud Musetti, Tiafoe Shelton, Fritz Rublev. I gotta be honest, chat. That doesn't feel like a 1,000. That feels more like a 500 event. It feels more like Washington, what Washington should have been. But then again, maybe I'm missing something. I'm trying to think who's unseeded that's dangerous. Fonseca, Tien after this week for sure. Who else is unseeded in Canada that could be dangerous? Berrettini, is he playing? Oh no, Berrettini pulled out. Break back. I feel like on the men's side, there's not as many dangerous lower ranked players. Whereas on the women's side, we've got like Raducanu, we've got Osaka, seems like a lot more dangerous lower ranked players. On the men's side, it doesn't feel like we have that. Monfils, is he playing? Doesn't feel like there's as many dangerous players that are unseeded. But then again, maybe unseeded players are going to be very dangerous because the tournament is a little bit less top 10 heavy. Rarely dangerous lower ranked players. Oh yeah, Krejcikova. Yeah, she's another. Vondrousova as well. I mean, there's a lot of dangerous players on the women's side. Sakkari, after this week, Someone broke back. Keep commentating, Cam. Yeah, I'm it's going to be a battle today, all right? Today's going to be a struggle. I contemplated not doing this match because just because. But I had I wanted to watch this match, so it's my own fault. I wanted to watch this. Yeah, Dutch, I already saw this. I don't know where maybe you were behind. I already saw the schedule already came out for me. Oh, sorry, the draw. I already saw all this, but I'm going to look at it properly now. Thank you for the better photo. Yeah, Chad, I'm nothing's tickling my fancy with this draw. Diallo Fritz, third round. Yeah, I gotta be honest. There's nothing like Demon or City Best third round. Maybe is something. Caboli FAA. Yeah, it's all right. No, that's all right, Dutchy. I couldn't see it. This is a better video, a better photo of it. Monfils versus qualifier winner plays Mickelson. Where's Fonseca? Ooh, Fonseca plays a qualifier winner plays Rinaldi. Fonseca's Zverev third round could happen. That would be good. That would be awesome. That's when the tournament begins. Third round. The first couple of rounds, though, I don't feel like it's very interesting. Medvedev Rune fourth round? That's kind of cool. That could be cool. Rune's Zverev quarterfinal as well. That's interesting. Tiafoe Shelton quarterfinal. Rematch of this week. Fritz has got a pretty good draw, to be honest. I think Fritz might have the best draw. Feast Lehechka third round's cool. Yeah, look, there's some interesting matches, but it's just like, it's definitely not, it doesn't feel like a 1,000. It feels like a very stacked 500. Which is fine, but it doesn't feel like a 1,000. I feel like it's got a 96 player draw when you don't have when you don't have Djokovic, Sinner, and Alcaraz, and Draper, and all those top guys. It feels weird. 96 players seems like too many when you don't have the best players, like the top of the tree, But hey, luckily there's a women's side of the draw, and we'll watch that tomorrow. We'll tune in tomorrow. 2-2, by the way. Raducanu held while I was yapping. Is Feast fit? I have no idea. Yeah, on the women's side, the women's draw tomorrow is going to be so much more interesting, I think. I think the women's draw is going to be a lot. We're going to have some good first rounds, and we're going to have some crazy second round matches with these two ladies who got play seeded play. I mean, we could get, a Raducanu versus Swiatek second round, or we could get a Sakkari Swiatek second round. There could be a lot of crazy. There's a lot of craziness on the women's side. It's going to be way more interesting. It's been a mid draw for the ATP wise to be honest. Yeah. Even if you put Djokovic and Sinner and Alcaraz in, I mean, it doesn't get interesting until they play each other, really. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's weird. Canada, even before, it's like 2-week Masters it's never been, it's not the problem. I think Canada's always been a tournament that, since probably, I think the last time Canada was sort of on the men's side, I think the last time Canada was super, interesting was probably 2019, when you had Rafa playing, and he played it. I think Djokovic might have played it that year as well. But yeah, it feels like that was the last time Canada was really, on the men's side, was really interesting. 2022 was good as well. Was that the one where Alcaraz lost a pole? That was interesting. But Sinner wasn't a thing yet, and Djokovic didn't play. So, and Nadal wasn't there either. So yeah. Sakkari in the net 30 all. What about Popyrin? 2023, Carlos lost the pole. Yeah. That was probably the more, that one was interesting because you had a couple of big names playing. I think I read somewhere that this is the first 1,000 event that doesn't have the top two players since for a decade or something. It's the first time we're not going to have the number 1 and 2 in the world playing a 1,000 event for the first time in a long time. Which doesn't make sense because, who was number 2? It was Zverev number 2 in Madrid this year. I was just, say, hang on, didn't we have no Sinner and Alcaraz in Madrid, right? But I think Zverev was number 2 that day. And he did play. 40-30. Sakkari to get back the lead. As return goes in the back of Sakkari. Backing up from Raducanu. Sliced. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Sakkari. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand. Into the back of Raducanu. Again, the back of Sakkari, who hits it in the net. We're back to deuce. By the way, chat, 30 minutes for 5 games. This is taking a long time. It's a long set. I was thinking Canada 250, but Greg said 125. Nah, it's not that. It's not. Look, it's not. It's a 500. It's not as bad. It's not a one. It's definitely not a 250 or 125. I think when I see that, if I see the top seeds in that draw, I think, okay, that's a 500. That's like Dubai, or that's that's like Washington. That looks like the Washington seeds. At least the top 8 seeds look like they're, it could be a strong 500. Queen's Club, Haller, one of those kind of 500s, right? Where if it was a 500, we'd be really happy. We'd be like, holy shit, what a great 500 event. You get Zverev, you get, you got 5 top 10 players playing in a 500 event's great, But when you go, it's a 1,000, you're like, oh, it's a little bit watered down with the big dogs. Yeah. All right. Advantage Sakkari. Alcaraz will avoid Sinner until Indian Wells. Well, that's out of his hands, unless he loses in the semifinals. If Sinner, to avoid Sinner, but that's not going to happen. He's going to. By the way, Alcaraz loses to Sinner one time. You think he's scared now? What do you mean? He lost to him once. He still won the majority of their previous meetings. As Raducanu on the net advantage, Sakkari. First serve is a fault, second serve. Double fault, back to deuce. As that goes down the line for a winner for Sakkari. Advantage Sakkari. Oh, man. As with a fault, second serve. Sakkari holds eventually, and it's 3-2 Sakkari. Sakkari. All right. "32 players are Tuesday, Wednesday." Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, we don't really have to watch much. We might watch Fonseca though, because we love Fonseca. But do the women start on Sunday as well? Or do they start Monday? Because I feel like if the tournament, if the draw comes out tomorrow for the ladies, then they don't start the next day, do they? Maybe they do. All right, chat. So what happened to my finger? So as you can see, I have a... By the way, this bandage makes it look way worse than it actually is. It's just the top of my finger is damaged. It makes it look... He wrapped the whole finger up because, I don't know. He just did that because that's what the doctor did. So I was cleaning because my house was a mess. I was cleaning my range hood, which I didn't realize was so dirty and grimy and gross. And as I was cleaning one of the filters... Now, if you don't like gory, disgusting stuff while you're eating, stop listening now. Or just mute. I was cleaning the range hood filter, and the metal at the end of on the filter, I brushed my finger across it, and it was sharp. And I just decided that I didn't need the top of my finger. So it just whoosh, like a paper cut, but really like a metal paper cut. Yeah. And the second I did it, I knew. I knew what I had done. I just went whoop, and then I grabbed my finger. I was like, and I said a couple of words. And then after about a minute of me just cursing myself, I just grabbed my finger because I knew it was going to be just bleeding everywhere. I went to the bathroom. I grabbed a compress and I put it under the water and it was just red. Well, my finger was just red. And I wouldn't stop bleeding for like 30 minutes. So at that point I decided, well, actually no, earlier, like 5 minutes after it happened, I was like, I'm going to call the doctor and see if there's an appointment at 5 o'clock at night. And I called and they're like, no, sorry, we're booked out for the day. You might need to go to the emergency room. I'm like, no, I don't really want to go to the hospital. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. But that's what I had to do. So I went to the hospital, to the emergency triage, whatever they call it. And by the time I left for the hospital, it had stopped bleeding. So that was good. Oh my God, it's stopped bleeding. And then I sat in the hospital waiting room for like 4 hours. And then the fun part happened where the doctor, and again, if you really don't want to hear this, mute now. 30 all, by the way, as Raducanu tries to hold. I knew this was happening because I've cut my finger before. And way worse. This is not as bad as this. This was way worse. And I know that they have to clean the wound. I knew that was coming. I knew that I was sitting there for 4 hours. I knew I was going to have to... I knew they were going to have to do something about it. And I knew I needed it to be clean. Because if I wasn't going to be like, oh man, don't clean it. Of course I have to clean it. And I was like, God, I hope I have because the guy that was checking out my finger was looking at, and look, like, great, thank you for the help, like doctors and stuff. I mean, it was great. But he was like grabbing my finger and moving it around. That was really painful. I'm like, God, I hope he's not the one that's going to treat it because he's not very gentle. But he was the guy that helped. And God, it by the time I got checked, it had dried. The blood had dried, so it was kind of healed. Like it stopped bleeding, and I could feel it dry, and I was like, oh God, now he's gonna have to like get all the alcohol wipes and like. And again, if you don't like gross things, don't listen. So there's a flap of skin that is hanging on to on the tip of my finger. So I didn't slice the top off. It was just cut half enough that it's just got like this thing, right? Which is good because it means it can heal better. Because when I cut my finger with my thumb, it was clean off, and it took forever to heal because it was just so open. But then I knew also he had to like lift it to scrub it to clean it, and that was brutal. That was hard. That was worse than when I actually cut it. But that wasn't even the fun part. So he cleans it, and then he gets like this medical glue. And I'm sitting there like this, going, oh God, this is the worst. And then he gets this medical glue and didn't warn me that it was going to really sting. So he goes, oh, it's so bad. So then what he does, I'm sitting there and he's got like this little blue, like purple super glue. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know what it was. I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then he pours it on the top and it just like instantly feels like somebody's just jabbed their finger into my wound. And I was like, oh, ouch. And he's like, oh, sorry, I should have warned you that it was going to sting. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And then all the blood from my face drained, and I just sat there, and I'm like, I felt so dizzy. I never passed out before like that. And I was like, man, I feel like real lightheaded. And he's like, don't pass out on me. Please don't pass out. I'm like, I'll try. Shit. Give me a warning next time. But yeah, that was brutal. So he glued the top of it back on and gave me a glass of water, and I didn't pass out. But yeah, all of a sudden I just was like lightheaded. I'm like, what is going on? I'm so tired. But he fixed it. And this is what my finger looks like now. So that was fun. So moral of the story, don't clean your house. Get someone else to do it. As that goes out by Sakkari, it's 30-40. So yeah, it was a long night. I got back at like 10 p.m. knowing that I had to wake up for this match at, 2. So I got like a couple hours sleep. So that is the story of my hospital adventure. Yeah. But I said to him, how do I stop talking and talk about the match? All right, brother. Good to see that you have a heart. Thank you for your concern. Anyways, we're back at Deuce. But luckily I don't have to like rewrap it until like next week. So I'll go to a doctor on like Monday or Tuesday. All right. Deuce. Can I still play tennis? I can't do anything. I can't even lift my tee. I have to use my left hand. Anyways. So that was fun. All right, advantage Sakkari. By the way, chat, when I walked in, no joke, it was like 5 o'clock was the hand injury time, because like just behind me was a 7-year-old girl who had cut her fingers, and behind her was like a 10-year-old boy who had broken his hand, like his fingers. So it was like, oh, we're all just standing there like, yeah, this. But I wasn't crying as much as they were. I was a brave boy. I wasn't crying nearly as much. I was just like, just keeping it together. But yeah, they had it way worse than me. I was just like, oh, this sucks. And then these kids were way worse. Like they had way worse injuries than me, which is why they got treated first. Did they give you a lollipop? No, I got nothing for it. I had to go to McDonald's on the way home. All right, Deuce. As we're flying out of the backhand of Sakkari, backhand from Raducanu slice to Sakkari volleys, a winner, and it's advantage Sakkari. So that is what happened to my finger. Take the week off. I don't need a week. It's fine. Tetanus is good for 10 years. Yeah. Did I get lightheaded? I got lightheaded when he started gluing my finger together. And I wasn't ready. The Sakkari's volley just goes wide and we're back to Deuce. At least you show the hospital the middle finger. Yeah. Yeah, while he was wrapping it, I was just like... I appreciate your work, but also it really bloody hurt. So, it really hurt. How did you get hurt? I sliced it on my range hood. Well, I was cleaning my house. But I'm okay now. If you want, it's on Instagram. There's a photo on Instagram. But don't look at it if you don't want to. All right, Deuce. As the return goes in the forehand of Sakkari. Backhand now from Raducanu. Sakkari forehand again. The backhand of Raducanu slice. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Hits it long. It's advantage Raducanu. It still hurt. It's just throbbing. It's fine. No pain, no gain. Yeah. Probably after a couple of minutes of going, all right, how am I going to deal with this? I just started finding it funny because it's just such a stupid accident. It's a forehand volley from Sakkari in the net. Raducanu breaks. Like, it's just such a silly... I'm just like, what a stupid inconvenience. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to go to the hospital today. Well, this ruined my whole night. I was going to order some food. I was going to eat dinner after cleaning my house. Oh, man. Now I have to go outside. Yeah, it's fine. I'm glad I got a treat, because what I could have done, there was two options, right? I could have done I could have gone to the hospital, which I did, or I could have stayed home and gone to the doctor tomorrow, and then wrapped it myself tonight. So I made the right choice. I was scared that it was not like that. It was. I needed to get it cleaned. So yeah. So now it's like set for the weekend, so I can do things. And then on Monday I'll go figure it out. It's good you went to the yeah. I think the worst part of last night was that they put the footy on, the football, and Essendon got beaten by 90 points. So I was watching the football with my butchered hand, and I'm just like, oh, my team's losing badly. This is really fun. Like, great. Can we change the channel? Why are we watching my team get smoked? It was just not a great. It's just I want to watch something else. Can we change the channel? I think within like 5 minutes, we're down by like 30 points. I was like, this sucks. Like, this is terrible. Then we end up losing by 90. It's not fun. The throbbing from the numbing medication wearing off is the worst. Yeah. Rough night, yeah. That was the worst part of the night. Essendon getting... I didn't think Essendon would win, but I was like, we have a chance. The insult to injury, that's it. Yeah. But it'll be fine. He says it's going to heal pretty quick, so that's cool. It was just a silly... It's a silly injury. Sakkari is playing a lot better than she has against Emma in the past. Yeah, she's having a great week. She's so confident this week, Sakkari. But thank you, everybody who was worried or asking how I am. I'm fine. It'll be fine. As that goes out by Raducanu, love 30. Unfortunately, this is not the first time I've done this. So, the first time I did it, way worse. And it took way more time to heal. I had to go to the doctors like every couple of days to get it redressed and like, what do you call it? Cleaned. This is easy. This is baby stuff. This shouldn't take that. I should go to the doctor next week and they'll be fine. I love 30. As the forehand goes long by Sakkari, 15-30. Maria seems to be playing much better, but go Emma. Yeah, it's been competitive. By the way, remember, it is super hot. And I said at the start of the match, I wonder whether or not it's going to help Sakkari because she could probably deal with this weather better than Raducanu, just on a fitness level because Sakkari's the fittest player on tour. And I'm looking at Raducanu, and she does look a little more, like she does definitely a lot sweatier than Sakkari is. And it's been a long first set in this nearly 100-degree heat. So, but Sakkari doesn't look, she does not look as, she looks very, you wouldn't tell it, you couldn't tell that it was hot. She doesn't seem bothered by it. But Raducanu might, later in the match, it could get a little, could get sketchy if this does go the distance. It's nearly an hour for this first set already. So we'll see if the weather plays a factor. Sakkari hits a return win of 30-40. It's Maria's birthday today. Nice. And your brother's. Happy birthday. You did the right thing, yeah. Yeah. All right, 30-40 breakback point. I'll just keep my fingers like this. We just want peace. We just want peace. As we forward now from Raducanu into the forward of Sakkari. Raducanu cross-court forehand, great shot. Sakkari hits it out. Deuce. We get to deuce. As with a fault from Raducanu, second serve. So if there's a double fault, then Sakkari to get back on serve. The hell? Thank you for somebody on Twitch doing something. I don't know what happened, but thank you. Whoever on Twitch did something on Twitch. All right. Sakkari breaks back. Thank you, Gravy, for the 100 bits. Cam, your stream being on reminded me this match was happening. Thank you. No worries. Glad we are here. Chat, the only time that we don't stream is if it's a serious emergency. So I wasn't going to... I contemplated not watching this just because I'm like, I should probably rest. But also I was like, I really want to watch this match. My crush invited me to attend her wedding marriage ceremony. Should I go? I'm sorry, but you got... Nobody has said this to you yet. You need to move on. Because that's torture for yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Also, no, don't go to the wedding. That's crazy. Love 15. Or go to the wedding and just like... But also... If she's getting married, then you should probably move on. I'm sorry. Nobody's told you this, though. Double fault, love 30. Unless you're getting married to her. Is your crush your wife? Then yes, go. Because if you don't go to your own wedding, then you won't have a wife. Love 30. Go if it's your wedding, if your crush is your wife and it's your own ceremony, then go. Definitely attend. Love 30. Is it a 4 into the net from Raducanu? 15-30. I tell you, if Raducanu loses this first set, things could get interesting. Is this the Dr. Phil show? Apparently, sometimes. I did go to the doctor. Did that count? Am I a doctor if I got treated by a doctor? All right, backhand return. Goes the forehand of Sakkari. Backhand out from Raducanu to the forehand of Sakkari. We go to the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari into the backhand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. The slice from Raducanu goes in. Sakkari forehand down the line. That's too good. 30-all. 30 all. And Sakkari ranks so low that she needs a wild card. Yeah, the cutoff for the wild card was cutoff for the entry was like 50 in the world. So that's why Osaka also got a wild card, I think. As Raducanu hits a return winner, 30-40. Do you have Fernandez or Townsend winning today? Fernandez. All right, Raducanu with a big shout after that point as well. It's been a long set. $30-40. Serving to the back of Raducanu. Return is in the line. Okay. Raducanu breaks. She's going to serve for the set. 5-4. Can we get a Fernandez Raducanu final? That'd be great. How's your local weather situation? It actually isn't raining as badly as I thought. It didn't hit as bad as I thought. Cam, you were in fine form today, even with a lack of sleep. Well, look, if you can't laugh at your own stupidity, then what's the point? Cam finger died. He's a man with such a Hey, Will Smith, why don't you look at my injury? I injured my... Did you know that I hurt my finger? Will? Did you see this? Look what I did to my finger. Did you... See, look. I hurt it. A big bandage on it. Look. It's sore. All right. 5-4. Shelton versus Tiafoe are going to be really... food. Really good. Yeah, it should be fun. I'm not sure if we watched that or not because it's in 6 hours and I've slept. I've got to figure out what we do after this. I have to make a draw preview, but I also have to sleep. Can we sign your cast? No, it's not even a cast. It's just a bandage. Let me kiss your... No, it's all good. You don't need to... It's fine. Everybody, just back off. Okay? Everyone just back off. Back off. Don't touch my finger. Everyone, stand back, everybody. Get away. Leave me alone. I'm fine. Don't touch me. Am I on antibiotics? No, because I don't need to be yet. It should be okay. All right, 15 love. As we get a backhand into the forehand of Raducanu. As Raducanu slice. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Again, the back of Raducanu. Sakkari with a backhand. Straight to Raducanu. Hits a passing shot, but it's wide. 15-all. Did you get bit by an Aussie spider? If I got bit by an Aussie spider, I wouldn't be here. I would still be at the hospital. That shit's serious. Those glue stitches are the worst pain ever. Yeah, Margarita, they're terrible. And he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me. That bastard. He didn't tell me. It's like purple super glue. I'm like, yeah. He didn't warn me until my until my finger was covered in glue, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you it's gonna hurt." I'm like, yes. It was a shock. I wouldn't say it was like the worst pain in the world or anything, but it was not fun. I blacked out last time and I fell to the floor head first. So I didn't do that. I did get lightheaded though because I wasn't prepared. I wish he'd just been. I think if he had told me, "Hey, this is gonna sting," I'd be like, "Okay." I definitely. I think I would have coped better. But it was the element of surprise. I was like, "Whoa!" I wasn't ready for that. 40-15. But yeah, hopefully it helps it. I'm sure he didn't make it worse. His job's to make it better. Anyway, set points. 40-15. But I was proud. I did not pass out. Even though I was very lightheaded. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Why am I so, what's going on? 40-15. But yeah, Margarita, you know what's up. That's not fun. Chat, don't clean your range hood. And if you are, wear metal gloves. All right. Please commentate or we'll cut your fingers off. Which one? I've already got the middle one's already cut. Which one? 40-30. As the return goes out by Sakkari. There's the first set. 6-4. Doctors sometimes know what they're doing. Yeah. Once I cut my forefinger, it kind of altered my fingerprint. Yeah, I think that that's probably gonna. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a bit of maybe a scar, but that's fine. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as. It'll be all right. All right, first set. That was a long first set. This is going like I thought it would. Sakkari needs to raise her level. Yeah, Raducanu was... they both hit a lot of errors in that first set, but Raducanu's serve got the job done. I was a line cook at Applebee's in college, and we always wore gloves cleaning the hood. Yeah, yeah. Never again. I think from now on, bro, you were been talking about a little paper cut for 5 games now. We get it, bro. Your name is Shoes. Need I say more? Your name is Shoes. Just finished training on my racket. Hey, CB. Nice. Cleaning is a hazardous to its health. Exactly. Emma hasn't dropped a set so far. Yeah. Need a break back through the rankings again. Yeah. Let's talk about rankings for a second. By the way, to the guy that said it's a paper cut, I'll show you my paper cut just because. By the way, chat, look away now if you don't like gross things because you're not going to like this. All right, look away now if you don't like yucky things. Whoops. There you go. You like just a paper cut. That's my paper cut. Like, how do you like that? How do you like them apples? Just a paper cut. It's just a scratch. All right. Thanks to the guy named Shoes. So rankings. Let's talk about rankings. So Raducanu is currently 39 in the world. So if she wins this match, she will be 32 in the world, which means she is in the seeds for the US Open. So Raducanu is possibly going to be seeded at the US Open. Now, of course, seedings doesn't come out for like 4 weeks, but she will be in the top 32 as of next week if she wins this match. So that's impressive. But yeah, she's already gone into the top 40 for the first time in a while. So she's, again, Raducanu just slowly climbing the rankings over the last 18 months. Which is better for her ranking in the long run, you know? It's just a flesh wound, yeah. You should have seen it with like all the... That was after I cleaned it. 30-15. Or before, like before I went to the hospital. My middle finger had a run with the garage door last year. Ugh. Yuck. All right, 30-15. There's a forehand now from Sakkari to the back of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand again, the backhand of Raducanu into the forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Sakkari into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand on the stretch in the net. 30-all. I was just having my prawn burger. Hey, look, blame the others. The throbbing sensation goes for days. Yeah. It'll be fine. All right, 30-all. What if Raducanu gets to the final? What will she be ranked? Good question. I'll answer that after this. We'll answer that at the end of the match because I'll know a little bit better. I can give you a better answer. Sakkari puts away the smash, 40-30. If Emma wins, she's 4-0 against Sakkari. Yep. That is the truth. By the way, I know they're like... Oh, whatever. 30-all. As... What happened? What was the score? Anyway, Sakkari holds. 1-love. Something glitched. What if... Yeah. Raducanu top 30 this year was one of your predictions. Was it? I haven't checked my predictions because Wimbledon was... Okay, don't use that finger. I type with one hand. That's annoying. All right, let me check. What did I... I feel like I got some bad predictions in... I definitely got some bad predictions at Wimbledon. By the way, match of the year. I don't think we had a match of the year contender at the Wimbledon, did we? Keys beating Swiatek is still match of the year for the ladies, and Alcaraz Sinner is match of the century. Zverev will win a slam. Okay, well, I said Osaka will be seeded at the US Open. Damn it. I'm this close. She just has to win Canada. We won't get a random WTA Slam champion. I feel like we're pretty... That's pretty on par, right? Who's won the slams? Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner. On the women's side, Keys. Would Keys be random? I don't know if Keys is random. I think she's been a contender for a while. And then Gauff and Swiatek was definitely not random. So I feel like we haven't had a... I mean, Keys was definitely not the favorite, but... And maybe an outsider. I don't think she was... Like, we didn't have, like... When I'm saying random, I mean like a Vondrousova, right? Not random, but Keys was a surprise. Yeah, a surprise, but not random. We still got the US Open, though, so anything could happen. So that one's trending. Or tracking, I should say. By the way, chat, how am I going to get... Zverev wins a slam and Djokovic wins his 25th slam? How am I going to get both of those things? Also, Hurkacz makes a slam final. How is that going to happen if he doesn't play the US Open? Draper will struggle this year. Well, that's not going to... That's wrong. Sabalenka finally wins Wimbledon. Whoops. More money tournaments will be announced. That's actually true. So that one's because the Six King Slam. I didn't say Raducanu will be top 30, did I? Draper will struggle this year. Well, now, Draper is struggling currently, but we'll just have to wait till the end of the year to see if, like, where he ends up at the end of the year. Djokovic will win 24 slams. Oh, yeah, Raducanu top 30. That is one of my predictions. Hell yeah. Rublev breaks the quarterfinal curse. Fingers crossed at the US Open. GMP most aces. All right. So, Raducanu holds. It's 1-1. So currently most aces this year is Menchik with 528. Pirakar's got 311. So Pirakar's way off. Opelka's second, Fritz third. So I might not get that one. Unless Pirakar just goes on an absolute run. Zverev finally beats Fritz. Not yet. Team World win the Laver Cup. Italy doesn't win Davis Cup. Fonseca has a slam run. I feel like we might have to talk about whether or not Fonseca's had a slam run or not, because I feel like the Australian Open, Fonseca did have a slam run. From the qualifying, making it to the second round and then the third round of Wimbledon, and I feel like he hasn't had like a fourth. I think he needs to make the fourth round to have a run though. I don't know if I can count. I don't know if I can claim that yet. He has had a run. I mean, he has had a pretty good run a couple of times. But I think, he needs to make like the fourth round. Maybe. I don't know. We'll discuss at the end of the year. 15-0. If he would have made the Australian Open third round, it would have been a run. Yeah, for sure. I think you got to make the fourth round of a slam to kind of have a count as a run, or go through qualifying and make it like to the third round. Yeah, if he'd beaten Sonigo, I could have claimed it. All right. 30-15. What happened to your team? You didn't take Swiatek for Wimbledon? Yeah, why? Of course I didn't. No one would have taken Swiatek for Wimbledon. Sakkari to winner 40-15. Cam you made a guest appearance on Nothing Major podcast. I am not. I'm nobody. Like, I'm a random guy at home in Australia, there's no way they have no idea who I am. I'm just some random person. There's no chance that no, that's not going to happen. They don't talk to me. They talk to professionals. All right, 2-1 Sakkari. Sabalenka was a clear favourite, so I can't blame him. Yeah, Sabalenka was the favourite for Wimbledon. Oh, I love the Nothing Major podcast, guys. I haven't listened to it for a while, but I'm a fan. You have a lot of subscribers? Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean that all of a sudden now, Sam Querrey goes from talking to Stan Wawrinka to talking to me. There's a big difference. But I haven't won a major, so that counts. So I qualify. I mean, look, they're trying to get Rafa and stuff. They're not trying to get me. I'm again. And that's fine. I like that we are just chilling over here on our own. Misha Zverev will talk to you. I heard him ask about you what Sasha should do to improve. Yeah, but I'm sure he doesn't remember that. I'm sure if you asked him, he'd be like, what? Chat. It was cool though. That was a cool experience talking to them, but again, it's just that was a highlight for me, but it was just another day for them, I don't think they would remember that. What's been your biggest tournament played? Played? What do you mean? Well, they want people to watch or listen. That's the idea of getting in with a lot of subscribers. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, love 15. Bubik on a roll playing so great. He has been. But he's not playing Canada, which is a little disappointing. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Raducanu. 4 now from Sakkari. Raducanu gets on the stretch. And hits it out. Love 30. Chance for Sakkari to get the break here in the second. Love 30. Why did he pull out of Canada? Because he's playing well this week in Europe, so he wouldn't make it back in time, I don't think. So he's put all his efforts into winning the tournament that he's playing now. Did he play Kids Ball? I think he's playing Kids Ball. Oh, man. Love 30. As the return goes back into Raducanu. Sakkari 4 into the 4 to Raducanu. Again, the 4 to Sakkari. Sakkari hits it out. 15. 30. $15.30. Has it a 4 now to the backhand of Sakkari. Backhand of Raducanu to the 4 to Sakkari. Sakkari hits it out. 30 all. 30 all. Bublik is playing the final on Saturday in Kitzbühel, yeah. But it still probably wouldn't make it back. Also, the jet lag and the time zone. I mean, it's not worth it for Bublik. I understand why he withdrew. Just too fast of a turnaround. And also risky of getting injured, you know? All right, 30-all. That's a backhand from Sakkari. Goes long, and it's 40-30. $40-30. Sakkari hits it out. It's 2-all. I bet Bublik was chuffed for winning that massive rock on a plank of wood. Yeah, I mean, that's the trophy that they give out in that tournament. All right. 2-0 in the second. All right. 2-2. As the forehand goes long by Sakkari. It's love 15. Love 15. All right. Love 40. Where's Mia? Mia's asleep. As Raducanu returns back into Sakkari. And Sakkari hits a winner. Sorry, it's 15-30. My bad. I thought it was love. It's only love 30. Now it's 15-30. $15.30. All right. 30-all. Can Sakkari stay in front? 30-all. As the return goes back into Sakkari, back into Raducanu on the stretch. Goes wide, 40-30. All right, serve again to stay in front, Sakkari in the second. As the return goes back into Sakkari, Raducanu slice on the stretch in the net. And Sakkari stays in front. 3-2 in the second. Raducanu won the first 6-4. Bublik has a chance to be 11 in the world if you, tomorrow. Really? No, he doesn't. He just made that up. He's nowhere near number 11. He's 27 in the world. If he wins the tournament, he'll be number 24. Just made that up. What the hell? Where'd you get 11 from? Bublik has a chance to be 11 in the world tomorrow. He doesn't, though. He has zero chance. Do you mean in the race of the finals? Because that might be true. Not in the world rankings, though. Yeah, race to the finals, which is at the end of the year, that mirrors the real rankings. But for now, it's 11 in the race to the finals. That's still impressive, though. But he's still not like, yeah, he's still got a long way to go to be top number 11 in the world rankings. All right, 3-2. No, that's all right. I was just confused because I'm like, I knew he was like having a good time, but I didn't think he was that high up. But yeah, race to the finals. You're right. You are right with that. Why is Cam dressed like a Sith Lord? I'm just cold. 3-2. Sakkari hits a winner. Love 15. If you play Toronto, you have a good chances to make it higher. Yeah, but also he probably if he travelled to Toronto after playing in Austria, that'd be a struggle. All right, return goes out by Sakkari, and it's 15-all. By the way, chat, do we have to do anything tomorrow? Are there any matches on tomorrow that... Fritz versus Shelton or Tiafoe's tomorrow. Medvedev Demonor. Both those matches hurt my feelings. And then Raducanu, if she wins, will play tomorrow as well. Hopefully at a better hour. I didn't want to get up at 2 a.m. this week. I even cut my finger to try and get out of doing work. It didn't help. I mean, doctor said, you'll be fine. I'm like, no, tell the chat that I can't stream. Please, doc, tell them that I'm too much pain. And he's like, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. I'm like, please, just... And then I got my phone out and I was like, please, just record a message. Tell everybody that I can't come to work today. I'm busy. I hurt myself. Just tell them. He's like, I'm not going to lie. So... Fine. I'll stream. Fine, I'll go to work. Yeah, he didn't even give me a doctor's note. He was like, you don't need one. You're fine. You're totally healthy. You're okay. No. Please, give me permission to not work. All right, 30-all. I'm just kidding, by the way. He said you should get some rest, and I said, shut up. I got to watch Emma Raducanu, all right? You shut your mouth, doctor. It's like, really, though, you should not. You should probably sleep. Never. I'm going to sleep when I'm dead, all right? Doc, you sit down and don't tell me what to do. 30-40. 30-40. Like, it's just a scratch. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Breakpoint for Sakkari, by the way. As Raducanu hits a great serve down the tee. And we get the deuce. By the way, chat, I don't think I can... Hey, let me try something. I can't. I can't. Oh no, chat. We might tennis school might be off. I might not be able to come to tennis school. Oh no, that's all right. I can draw. I just can't use this hand. That's fine. We can do this. All right, it should be. That's all right. We can still do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Tennis school is still in session, but not today. Not today. Nope. All right. I was worried that I couldn't draw. Out advantage to Raducanu. As it a four into the net from Raducanu, we're back at deuce. Bad luck day cam. Got hit by. Wait, what? You got hit by a car? Holy shit, Charles, I hope you're okay. Got hit by a car from behind on my scooter today, broke my collarbone and bruises and scrapes, but got lucky. People were nice, took 5 hours, dark moon today. Oh. Yeah, okay, you win. You win. You win. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. But you win. I'm going to stop complaining. But hopefully you're okay. Rest up. Advantage, Sakkari. Advantage, Sakkari. Get the break here in the second. All right, second serve. As the return goes out by Sakkari, we get to deuce. Thanks for streaming, bro, from Tampa. No worries. All right, deuce. There's a bit of fault from Raducanu, second serve. Thanks, Deb. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu hits it out. Advantage Sakkari. It's been an hour and 30 minutes this match, and it's a hot day. All right, advantage Sakkari. We had a fault second serve. Second serve, Raducanu. In the back of Sakkari. Back into Raducanu. Again, the back into Sakkari. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand. Again, the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari with the forehand of the line. Raducanu on the stretch with a slice. Sakkari backhand. Cross court in the net. Raducanu survives. Sakkari getting pissed off at making all these errors on the important points. All right, deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As the return goes in the slice of Raducanu. Slice Sakkari. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu hits it out. And it's advantage Sakkari again to get the break in the second. Those double faults from Emma are really scary. Looking a little scary. All right, advantage. Sakkari as we return into the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand goes into the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari the forehand again to the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari cross court. Raducanu slice on the stretch goes in. And Sakkari forehand inside out. That's a good pickup by Raducanu. Sakkari forehand again. Raducanu gets up with a slice, but it goes long. There's the break. Sakkari breaks in the second. All right. Sakkari with the break. Four-two in the second. Raducanu did some excellent serving in the second set of the doubles yesterday. Nice. By the way, Raducanu does play doubles later. She might. I mean, I guess it depends on her and Rebecca's. If they both win, they might not play doubles today. I don't think they'll play doubles if they both win today. If they both lose today, they might also still pull out the doubles to go play Canada, because Canada, like, why not just go to Canada a day early? So I maybe they don't play doubles either way. I'm shocked they're still playing the doubles. I thought that, like, they've won 2 matches. I mean, they don't need to keep playing, do they? All right. Can you imagine if Raducanu had to play Raducanu in the second round of Canada? If that's how the draw came out, that'd be crazy. Now, love 15. Sakkari with a break in the second. Love 30, double fault. Love 30. As a return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand goes in, but Raducanu's forehand went out. Ooh, out. 15-30. Sakkari serves a fault. Second serve. Under the backhand rally. Slice goes into the forehand of Sakkari. Sakkari in the net. 15-40. To get back the break. Good serve, 30-40. As the return goes into the forehand of Sakkari, Raducanu backhand. To the backhand of Sakkari, again the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu hits a wide, we get the deuce. Deuce. All right, nice serve from Sakkari. Advantage Sakkari, you got 5-2 in the second. As she hits a great serve. Sakkari leads 5-2 in the second. Okay. What's going on, Chet? How we doing? It's not hot there. 26 today. Isn't it 34? It's 34 in Washington. I checked the weather. Raducanu definitely struggling in the second set physically as well a little bit. She's looking tired. Yes, literally, it's 35 degrees right now. Also, tomorrow apparently it's going to rain, and same with Sunday in Washington, so that sucks. It's 35, 50% humidity, or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a heat advisory warning in effect. So, yeah, it's stinking hot out there. And I did say at the start of the match, it would be maybe better for Sakkari the longer this match goes because of the physicality and the heat. She's the most physical player, one of the most physical players on tour. And Raducanu, I wouldn't say she struggles in the conditions like this, but it's like when you're playing Sakkari, Raducanu's the one that's going to struggle more out of these two, you would think, in this environment. If she wasn't playing Sakkari, you'd probably say, look, both players have to deal with it. It's going to be tough. But because she's playing Sakkari, it makes it even tougher. Because Sakkari is such a beast. As that goes out by Raducanu, is love 15. Yeah, Sakkari doesn't look bothered at all by this weather. She's barely even sweating. As the return goes into the back of Raducanu. Raducanu hits a winner, 15-all. Oh, you're looking at London weather. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think it's that hot in London. All right, 30-15. Hang on, chat, 1 second. All right, 40-15. Raducanu to make Sakkari serve for the set. Not super hot in Minnesota right now. Or you have an air quality alert. Okay, stay safe. 40-15. As Raducanu double faults. 40-30. As Raducanu holds, Sakkari's going to serve the set. All right. Did you have your wall painted? No, I painted my wall like 6 months ago. There's a bit of fault from Sakkari, second serve. As the backhand goes into the forehand, Raducanu back into Sakkari again. To the slice of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Sakkari hits it out. Low 15. Think Sakkari can get back to top 20? Yeah, I think it's just a consistency thing. I think she's got the game. When she's playing her best, she's definitely got the game. But I think it's just consistency. Love 15. Serving to the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand of the slice of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu backhand on the stretch. Sakkari down the line. Backhand winner. 15-all. Yeah, Sakkari was injured at the end of last year as well, which didn't help. All right, 15-all. As the return goes in the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand goes long. 15-30. A chance to break back. Just slice now to the forehand of Sakkari. Forehand now from Raducanu. And the forehand of Sakkari is Raducanu forehand to the backhand of Sakkari. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand cross. Raducanu gets it. Sakkari forehand to the backhand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Sakkari. Hits it wide. 15-40. 15-40. I think many want Sakkari to win too. I don't know. I think both players have a lot of support. All right, Sakkari saves 130-40. $30-40. Sakkari survives. We get the deuce. As the return goes to forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu forehand. Just slice of Sakkari. As Raducanu forehand again. Sakkari's there on the stretch. But hits it out. Advantage Raducanu to get back on serve in the second set. Advantage Raducanu. As the return goes forward, it's Raducanu. Sakkari forehand. And Raducanu can't get it. Too strong. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As we just fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the forward of Sakkari. Raducanu forward to the back into Sakkari. And then Raducanu hits a winner. And Sakkari, again, trying to save break points. Advantage Raducanu to get back on serve in the second. The Sakkari says a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the back of Raducanu. Great return winner. We're back on serve. 5-4. Nice return by Sakkari. By Raducanu. I think Emma will withdraw from the doubles. Maybe. I think today, being so hot, I think probably if her and Raducanu win, they probably will. I doubt they'll want to play two matches, especially when the semis are tomorrow. I don't think they'll want to play twice in this weather, especially because this match is kind of a long match so far. I'm sure you've addressed it. What happened to your finger? Yeah, I cut it on a range hood while I was trying to clean my house. So it was really annoying. But it's okay. It looks worse than it is. I hope Sakkari to break Raducanu and get the second. What's a range hood? So it's like the thing above your stove that sucks like a fan above your stove. I was cleaning the filter that was made of metal and I sliced my finger on it. I thought you fought off a shark. Oh no, that's actually what happened. I'm just saying that I did. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how it happened. I had to fight it. I fought a shark. I won. But, you know. Her Swiatek might play mixed doubles at the US Open. Yeah, she's playing with Rude. Her and Rude are a team. An extractor hood? Yeah. The fan that above your stove, that's what I was cleaning. The filters on those, they're sharp. Be careful. Abraham recovers soon. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It will. It will. I just got to... as long as I don't knock it on anything and be stupid, then it should be fine. Raducanu, by the way, has got the trainer out because it is hot. And she is getting her vitals checked just to make sure that she is everything is working. But yeah, she, like I said, chat, the weather, it's super hot out there today. And when you're playing Sakkari in this weather, not many players, Sakkari's not even sitting under the umbrella. She's walking around in the sun. Like, she doesn't even care. Whereas Raducanu is like got, ice packs on her and two doctors testing all her heart rate and stuff. So yeah, it is brutal. It takes a special player to not be affected by this weather, and that player is Sakkari. Do the points for mixed doubles count in singles standings? No. Doubles ranking points don't count for singles points ever. They never cross over. If they did, you'd probably see a lot more singles players playing doubles. I sliced my finger on a mandolin once. When I tell you I screamed something similar to the... That's funny. See, when I cut my finger, I just screamed, like I was just like... It wasn't good. Like 4 times. By the way, Raducanu's getting a medical timeout. Official. It's brutal. I was just like, fuck. Am I saying it? There's now 4 doctors for Raducanu. But she's going to serve to stay in the set. She seems all right. Let's see how she does. They played for 2 hours for 2 sets. That's a long straight sets match at the moment. If it goes 3, you got to give the advantage to Sakkari. I broke my clavicle playing tennis. Beat that, mate. You know what? I will. I will beat that. I'll go play tennis tomorrow and get hurt more than that. I will beat that. You watch me. Don't. You wait. You wait and see. I'm competitive. 15 love. As that goes out by Sakkari. 30 love. Am I left-handed? Sometimes. I would have sworn, but I was missing the top of my finger, so my brain wasn't computing anything other than the scream. Yeah, it's that like when you know you've done it, that was the first initial thing, 40 love. As soon as I did it, I was like, you just kind of like, oh God, like I know what it's going to happen now. And then it takes you like a couple of minutes to like go, okay, now what do I do? Because my finger is bleeding and it's a lot. What do I do now? 5-0. Maria Sakkari has never beaten Raducanu. That is true. 5-5. And you want, yeah, I didn't even get to finish cleaning. My house is hard, like 3/4 clean. The floor is messy and yeah. All right, 5-5. As Sakkari hits it wide. Love 15. It feels like Raducanu's got to win this match now. It's a good excuse not to clean the house. Yeah, but I live in the house. So I want it to be clean. The whole point of cleaning was because I wanted to be in a nice, clean house. As that goes to the net from Sakkari, love 30. So now I'm like walking around looking and going, oh shit. It's all right. I'll be able to mop tomorrow. The good thing is I got the majority of the cleaning done. It was like the last little bit where I was like, screwed my hand. But I cleaned most of the kitchen. It's just the floor and one of the benches. All right, love 30. Sakkari, it's a forehand cross-court winner. And it's 15-30. It's like 9 3/4 clean. Exactly. And then after I finish, I'll run into the wall. All right. 15-30. And Sakkari serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. The first serve was a let. Second serve was a fault. Third serve. As the return from Raducanu goes short into the front of Sakkari. Sakkari puts it away. 30-all. All. There's a fault from Sakkari. Second serve. As Sakkari hits it out and she yells at herself. All right, 30-40. Break point Raducanu to break and serve the match. Remember, Sakkari was up 5-3. Sakkari was winning. 30-40. Serving to the back end of Raducanu. Return goes down the line to the front of Sakkari, and Sakkari hits it out. There's the break. And Raducanu is going to serve for this match and to make the semi-finals. I want to say for the first semi-final, first time semi-final since Seoul 2 years ago. I think she made a semi-final in Seoul maybe 3 years ago. She made the quarterfinals of Miami this year, but then lost. Maybe she might have made a semi-final in Nottingham, maybe? Did she make a semi-final in Nottingham? Billie Jean King Cup semi-finals. She made a lot of quarterfinals. Oh, sorry, semi-finals in Nottingham last year. I knew she made a Nottingham semi-final somewhere. So there you go. 12 months since she's made a semi-final. But this will be the biggest semi-final since the US Open, I think, because she hasn't made a semi-final of a 500 or 1,000. So it'll be her biggest semi-final since that US Open run. She did make the Seoul semi. Actually, is Seoul a 500? No, that's a 250, right? And Seoul was in 2022, where she lost to Penko in 3 sets, or she lost via retirement. Yeah, first semi of a 500, biggest semi since the US Open, first in the year. And she'll take on either Kalinskaya or Towson, who are playing later. Yeah, Seoul got upgraded, but I think at the time, in 2022, it was a 250. And she will be close to the top 30 for the first time in a while too. So it is all coming together. And also her run has not been easy. I mean, you can't say that Raducanu had an easy draw. Kostruk first round, Osaka, Sakkari. I mean, that is a nightmare. And she's won all those. And then she's got to play Towson or Kalinskaya. She'd probably rather play Kalinskaya because Towson's been good this year and in form. Kalinskaya hasn't been as good. So maybe she'd rather play Kalinskaya, but either way, she's had a great week. 3 quality wins if she can get the win here. 15 love. As we're serving the net from Raducanu, second serve. Serving to the back into Sakkari. To the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari backhand cross court. Raducanu gets over the slice, but he can't get it. 15-all. 30-all. Serve again. And the return goes the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari goes again. The forehand of Raducanu. As Sakkari goes the drop shot of Raducanu. Sakkari's there with a slice backhand, but it's long. And it's 30-15. 30-15. As the return from Sakkari goes in the net. And it's match points for Emma Raducanu to get to the semifinals of Washington. Which has been a physical match, as you'd expect against Sakkari. And to go 4-0 against Sakkari, that's impressive. Raducanu serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Sakkari. Return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Sakkari forehand into the forehand again of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Sakkari. Raducanu forehand cross court is a winner. And there it is. Raducanu's into the semis. No celebration because she might be a bit tired. But Raducanu is into the semifinals of Washington. 3 matches in a row and 3 quality wins. Straight sets as well. Hasn't lost a set all week. And she will play in her biggest semifinal since the US Open in 2021. All right. And she almost had to play 3. She won the last 4 games in a row there. So, wait, last 5 games, right? Wasn't she down 5-2? How was the handshake? It was all right. Sakkari was annoyed at herself for sure because she should have forced it to a third, but that was hell of a fight back. And Raducanu's ranking is, it's gone up to number 32, I think. Let me check. So Raducanu's ranking currently is, 32, and the person above her is Fernandez at 31. So Raducanu, 32 in the world. If she does win tomorrow, make the final, she will go to number 29. If she wins the title, she will go to number 26. So if she does win one or two more matches, she will get back in that top 30. And we're still a long way away from the US Open, so we don't know whether or not that's going to be top 20, 30 is enough. You might have to be a little bit higher. But Canada, Cincinnati, she'll be seated at Cincinnati, I think. She won't be seated for Canada. She needed to be in the top 30 last week, but she will be seated for Cincy, possibly. No, actually, I think it definitely. And then the US Open, if she has a good run in Canada, she should be able to be seated at the US Open, which is awesome. There you go. Good win. A good win. Very good win. And good match as well. Like I said, the physicality of that match was getting to Raducanu at the end, but she avoided the third set. If she went to a third set, it might have been a different story. If y'all leave me, by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Are you following any other matches today? I don't know. I've had like 3 hours sleep, so I'm I don't know. I don't know. Yesterday mucked me up, so I don't know. Everyone's getting stronger and can turn matches around. The pressure is off. Yeah. Rebecca and a Freck could be good. Yeah, I'm not watching that. I think the only match that I want to watch is Tiafoe Shelton. Maybe. That's the only match that's on the left for the day that I'm like, yeah, we might watch that. But it's in like 5 hours. But I just got to figure it out. Thanks for pushing through. Yeah, that's right. It's fine. I wanted to watch this match. It's busy US Open Series next few weeks. Exactly. I mean, this was supposed to be... this week was supposed to be chill. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Raducanu's match tomorrow will be a little bit later, so that I can catch up on sleep. Yeah. Thanks, Davro. Appreciate it. Yeah, schedule's definitely not out yet, but like I said, tomorrow I'll be watching whatever. The good thing as well is that Canada won't kick off properly until Wednesday anyway, or Tuesday. So Canada, like the first 2 days of a 1,000 event, that's massive. It doesn't usually get that busy, or that hectic. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Hopefully, it won't be too hectic. I don't want to watch. I mean, I think with Canada, we're going to probably take Canada lightly, and then Cincinnati, we're going to go crazy for Cincinnati, and then the U.S. Open, we're just going to do what we do. Is Raducanu to Sakkari like Penko to Swiatek? Maybe. Yeah, 2-week Masters are brutal too. Yeah. Because the draw, I know the women's draw comes out tomorrow too, so I just got to figure it out. Real matches won't start till Wednesday? Yeah. There's only going to be a handful of players that we watch on the first 2 days anyway. Most of them will be, Raducanu's one of them, Osaka, those kind of players who, the unseeded players on the women's side. But men's side of things, Fonseca's the only unseeded player I'm interested in watching at the start. So it just depends. But yeah. She didn't play Cincinnati and Toronto last year. No points to who? Yeah. Anyways, so we're back either today or tomorrow. We'll definitely be back tomorrow because we're going to be watching the semi-finals of this with, or at least the semi-final Raducanu's playing tomorrow, which hopefully won't be on at the 2 a.m. hour. Hopefully it'll be on a little bit later. What's the schedule for the rest of the day? By the way, they are super delayed. If Medvedev, Mute, and Rabakina's match go late, which they could. I mean, Mute, Medvedev could go a couple of hours. Shelton versus Tiafoe might not start till later. I want to watch that though. I do want to watch that match. But also, I just got to figure out some stuff before that. Hopefully the schedule comes out before that match comes out, because then I can work out what I have to do tomorrow and then go from there. Raducanu better pull out the doubles. Oh, she will now. I think after that medical timeout, I think Raducanu is going to ditch the doubles. I don't think she's going to risk playing the doubles. In this heat, it's already hot enough. She's going to have to play another match? I don't think so. Yeah. So do we now call you Stubby? Well, if you want to get banned, go for it. I'm just figuring out, should I eat or should I sleep? I should probably sleep. Emma should have won a set off Sabalenka Wimbledon. Yeah, she should have. She could have won that match. She could have won that match. And then she might have made the semis. Who do you think wins Washington? I think Raducanu. But I would love Raducanu to win Washington. That'd be great. Eat something light, then sleep. I can't sleep if I'm hungry. Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning, though. There's not really anything to eat. See, the problem, though, now, Chad, is if I sleep now, it'll ruin my sleep schedule, because my sleep schedule, like, this is the middle of the day for me. Or, like, this is the morning. This is like 11 a.m. for me. So I go to bed now, and I'll wake up in a couple of hours. It'll be like having a midday nap, and it will just probably mess me up. Maybe I'll just nap later today. I don't know. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll have a nap. Screw it. Close your eyes and think about it. I will definitely pass out if that happens. It's only 4:30 in the morning now. All right. But we might be back later. I want to watch Shelton Tiafoe, but I'm not making any promises because, I do have to... be careful with my fingers. So I don't want to... If I'm tired, it's going to mess me up. So I'll see how we go. If not, we'll come back tomorrow because we've got stuff to do tomorrow anyway. But good win. Good win by Raducanu. Coming back from in the second set to win. Serving was a little dodgy, but the conditions were pretty brutal. So I think winning in these conditions is even though it wasn't pretty at times, it was still a big win for Raducanu to physically beat Sakkari in these conditions. But Raducanu plays the semis tomorrow. We'll be back to watch her then. Also, other stuff. I wish the Canadian Open men's draw came out today. Women's draw came out today. It's so stupid they don't do it both at the same time. Why don't they not do it today? Makes no sense. Why are they doing 2 different days? I don't understand. But anyways, men's draw's out, and we'll talk about that later. But I might see you later. I might not. If I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for all the nice well wishes. We will recover from this. Don't clean your house. It hurts. That's the lesson learned, all right? Lesson learned, don't clean your house. I'll see you tomorrow.